Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to the Royal Link Up podcast. I am your host, the amazing Sniper Beef. How are you doing? And more importantly, Matt and Ever, how are you doing? Looking like Darth Vader today.
I'm very well. Actually, I was thinking it was more the Emperor, but
The
yeah,
Emperor, yeah, Darth, bit of
Sidious.
both. Do you have a
Yeah.
preference?
I do like Palpatine, as Darth Sidious, the Emperor. I think it's quite an interesting. Actually, I actually found his story arc in the prequels more interesting than Anakin's. So yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Devastate, how are you?
I am very good. And obviously, Mass decides to wear a black oversized hoodie. He didn't get the memo about wearing blue.
Clearly.
Um,
Or the blue water
yeah,
bottle as
that's it.
well.
Yeah. But no, I'm really well. Been busy bank holiday weekend here in the UK last weekend. Did you get up to much at all?
Just play some golf. Actually, play some good golf, actually, which was good. Apart from that, did a barbecue, did a load of family stuff, ate lots of Easter eggs, and just a load of family stuff. To be honest, all good, all good. Right, shall we crack on? So, first of all, before we kick off, if you could drop us a like and a subscribe if you're watching us over on YouTube, we would really appreciate that. And any comments you've got on this week's podcast or any other podcast that we've got coming up, drop it in the comments below. We really appreciate that as well. Let me give you a quick rundown on what we're going to talk through today. We're going to talk about Tempest Rising, Civ 7, Among Us, and we're going to round off this week's podcast with our usual slot where Mass talks about a specific game that we're potentially going to be playing at the link up. But let's kick off with Tempest Rising. I haven't yet to play it, but Devastate and Mass have both played it since we've had the podcast last. So give me the lowdown, gentlemen.
Yeah, so this is a game that ever since we heard about it a couple of months ago, eager to play it as people who love the original Command and Conquer games, and Command and Conquer Generals is one of my favourite games of all time. Really excited to play this game. Played the demo. I was like, this has got some great potential. But the full game has now come out. And interestingly enough, they messed up the release date. So they had the standard edition and the deluxe edition, which was I think a five or more. But the deluxe edition was meant to come out 7 days early, but there was an error on Steam, and they both came out on exactly the same day.
That's awkward, isn't it?
So
So for those who bought the deluxe edition, you spend £5 to get absolutely nothing more apart
yeah,
from a little bit.
but what you got like a commander pack, but it's by the by. But what they have said is they're going to reward them somehow in game at some point for the people who have bought the deluxe edition. But instead of going, oh, realizing their error, like I think it was like a couple of hours later, they just went, oh, sorry, we'll just let people carry on buying it. So, um, no, it's so apart from that, really excited to play it. Fired it up and then realised how slow I am in fast-paced RTS games. I've just got so used to playing the slower RTSs over time, like your scenes, for example.
Blockguard.
Yeah, which is just more thinking strategic, slower pace. But this was like you're right in, you're getting there quickly, and like games can literally take 15, 20 minutes. Um, so that was the thing that I've got to get the practice in before the link up.
I mean, you're not a
Yeah.
professional at this, Devastate.
Um, Even a professional golfer can't drive a Formula One car.
I mean, we're all professional gamers on this channel. There's only professional gaming going on, except obviously Vedic, who is challenged, shall we say. Mass, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the game. Just touching on what Devastate was saying in terms of the mistake that they made with the release. I mean, any publicity is good publicity. I mean, not that I don't know if they needed it anyway, but it just bumped it up a little bit perhaps. But it's Command and Conquer, isn't it? But just rebranded essentially. It plays very very similar. and it sounds it as well, and looks it, of course. I thought it was. I've both played the single player campaign. I played the first mission the whole way through. Thought it was fantastic, and I've played a couple of skirmish games both by myself, and I played one with Rage as well. There's clearly,
Hang on,
as
Rage
Devastator-
played it.
Yeah, Rage Quit's played it. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't. I thought that wouldn't be up his street at all.
yeah. No, he's played played at the link up before Command and Conquer remastered against him. He actually he beat. I was doing all right, and then he ran in Tanya and detonated several of my buildings, so I was out of the game. But yeah, coming back to Tempest Rising, yeah, as Devastate was touching on, there's clearly a sequence of events that you need to undertake, and you need to be incredibly efficient. Second, I mean, it's not a first-person shooter, but seconds still count. By making sure that you're ensuring that the harvesters are like in the prime location with your refinery, so they can get the ore or the Tempest as quickly as possible. Setting away points, grouping your vehicles or your units in general, picking the right upgrades, the right doctrines. So yeah,
Sounds like Red Alert 2 all over again.
I'm not sure. Actually, one thing I will say is that I'm not sure. Is there super weapons on there? I don't know. I assume there was
no nukes.
There's an airstrike in the single player. I think
There's
there's an
something on
airstrike
the
in
right that you can do, but I think you have to do certain intels to get access to it.
Right. Yeah. So that's the only thing that I haven't seen yet. Because the nuclear warhead, certainly in the Red Alert series, is actually relatively weak. It was only good against maybe infantry and power stations.
Yeah, power stations. Yeah, I remember that.
So it would be good enough to take that out. But ideally, you really want to be. It's always about targeting someone's finances, their money. That's ultimately that's where you want to go, isn't it? Because they can always keep rebuilding the army. But if you take out the refineries, the silos, the harvesters, or whatever's generating the money, that's really the art of the game. Yeah.
So do you think it's going to be a win for the link up?
I thought I mean, I don't feel any different after having played it now. After we'd seen it, then we'd played the demo, and now we've played the game itself. I feel no different. I think this is going to get many games. The only one thing I would say was slightly disappointing is that it is only a 4-player at the moment. So yeah, that was slightly underwhelming. I thought it was going to be 8-player, but I suppose the other biggest surprise is the fact that my PC actually ran it, which I wasn't expecting. But yeah, I didn't seem to have any problems in game on either the skirmish or the game where we versus the AI or with the human on there. So yeah, it's going to be big in 72 days time.
I've only played it for, let's just say, roughly an hour, so just over an hour. I give the game so far a solid 8 out of 10.
Win.
Now, I think when we're playing with gamers at the link up, that number could get pushed up.
Yeah, because I think if we think back to when we played Red Alert and Red Alert 2 back in the day, it was just so good in a link up environment, wasn't it? And I think given the speed at which you play a skirmish game, even if there is a 4-on-4 and there's 8 of us, and we've got
you can only because it's a 4-player only.
Oh, so 2v2 or what?
Yeah.
Or 1 or oh wow, okay. So I mean, but the thing, if the games are that short, then you can play them in the evening, can't you?
Yeah.
Because usually, just so for those who aren't aware, generally in the evening we play first-person shooters, which are a little bit quicker, and in the daytime we'll play RTSs, which are slower, because in the evenings we usually have more people come along, and also people join in on our Discord as well, and therefore we usually play bigger games, more fun games or first-person shooters. But if you've got a game like this which can take 15-20 minutes, then I think it's a no-brainer. I think I will buy it. I probably won't buy it from Steam. I'll probably get it from CD Keys.
I got it for $25.99.
From where?
Via DL Compare. I think it was
What a cracking price that is. Yeah,
yeah, unbelievable price. Yeah,
given the amount of hours you're going to get out of it as well.
I will be doing that probably in the next week. Anyway, moving on. Civ 7, Vedic's favourite game. is coming to the Switch 2 on June the 5th. Now, the biggest question I've got with this, and how on earth are you going to play Civ 7 with all the menus on a Switch controller? That's going to be my biggest WTF.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Can you imagine playing the game today on an Xbox controller?
Yeah, they're implying though, aren't they, that the Nintendo Switch 2 mouse controls are part of
Yeah, so you're going to have to buy extra peripherals to play the game.
I thought that they were. Don't think so. I think it acts as
Well,
that.
it comes with.
Yeah, I think that they act as a sort of like a mouse, or so to speak. Yeah, however, the Joy-Con attachment for the mouse was shown to have some sort of skate attachment to the bottom, which means you won't
you can
literally have
turn
to
it on
hold
its
them.
side, can't you?
Yeah, so it's a sensor at the bottom. So
I still think they're trying to put a square peg in a round hole there.
Yeah.
Very much so. But yeah, anyway, Vedek's favourite game. I don't think he's going to be buying a Switch 2 to play Civ 7. But yeah, that's coming to the Switch 2 on the 5th of June.
You know when he's going to buy one? When he goes on holiday and he's on the plane, or he's out and he goes and his better half is relaxing. He's going to put on his headphones, get out the Switch 2, and he will be playing Civ 7.
Yeah.
He could get a Steam Deck, couldn't he? If that supports it, I don't know, but either way, he'd be able to play that and then have one last turn.
Yeah, one last turn. I love it.
Yeah. All right, moving on. 6th of May, Among Us, probably one of the games that I hate the most, and it makes it even more hilarious. My kids now want to play it. Is coming out in 3D on the 6th of May, would you believe? So a couple of weeks away. That's coming out in 3D. No price on it as of yet, but I'm going to expect £10-15, something like that, I guess. I think that's fairly reasonable.
I think it looks really good. I actually think the implementation into a first-person environment looks superb. I think they've done a cracking job with it. I think that it's going to be. I think it just adds a whole new element to the game, especially with if you're killing people, because you just sort of like come up behind them. You actually generally might not know who has killed you.
Very true. It's just
it does. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, it's just a game that I absolutely detest and cannot get excited by.
I
downloaded it, I played it for probably an hour and a half, and I then refunded it very quickly through Steam.
It does look very similar to Lockdown Protocol, which I understand Among Us was there before it, but it's taking that concept of the 3D version of the game and applying that, which is what Lockdown did, clearly inspired by Among Us and doing it in 3D first. So the difference with Among Us, though, you'll be able to play with up to 10 players, where it's 4 to 10 players, where Lockdown Protocol is 3 to 8 players. So,
I'm pretty certain we will be playing this at the link up.
When Devastator Mass are playing this, I'll be playing Tempest Rising or League.
Not Oh Dear or Who's Your Daddy then.
No, maybe PGA Tour 2K25 might give that a download.
Get back on the talking of the golf though. What's the other sporting game that you liked as well? The fishing you've played at a link.
Ultimate Fishing Simulator. That's a fantastic game. It's an unbelievable game.
It is very detailed, actually. I'll give I'm not a fisherman myself, but yeah, I have to hand it to the simulator. It's very good. It's very impressive.
Any comments below? What are your thoughts on Ultimate Fishing Simulator? I'm a big fan. Ace is a big fan. Acidic Virus is also a big fan. 3 of us used to, well, me and Acidic Virus particularly, we used to go fishing, I'd say every week in our teen years and early 20s. So yeah, very, very big Ultimate Fishing Simulator. Devastate definitely isn't a fan of Ultimate.
You know that they're
do you know what? I would rather buy Watching Paint Dry Simulator.
There is Ultimate Fishing Simulator
terrible.
2 though.
It was terrible.
Is there a second one, Mass?
Yeah, it's on there on Steam for £1.67.
And it's
Although
£1.66
it's
too much.
Oh, we're gonna have to.
I thought you were going to say that they'd have to pay you to buy it, but it's unfortunately it's only a mixed. It's only got mixed reviews though. But I mean, I
Is
suppose
it
at
by the same
£1.67.
publishers?
So this is done by Silent Bear and Shining Games, publisher
Yeah,
Ultimate Games SA.
different company.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what why the reviews are only mixed if it's
Yeah, the
game itself.
original Ultimate Fishing Simulator, which came out in 2018, recent reviews 30, very positive. All reviews very positive, 7,000.
Yeah.
Oh, join the Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2024 beta. Okay. I'll request access to that. Yeah, I'll request access. Lovely. Anyway, moving on. Moving on to the final part of this week's podcast episode, where we talk through a game where we have either been recommended it or we potentially might play at this year's Link Up. Mass, over to you. What is the game, and tell us a little bit more about it.
So you would have heard of this one before. It's a golden oldie. It's from the developer and publisher Konami. It's Super Bomberman R2. It's available via Steam at quite a steep price though at the moment, but maybe deal compare, maybe be a bit cheaper perhaps, but still it's at $44.99. So we haven't played a Bomberman. We've played a Bomberman game at LAN parties before, but we've not played it at a Raw Link before. I've had a lot of fun in the past playing more recent versions of this on the Switch, and prior to that playing it also on as far back as I think it was the Dreamcast and even this. I think it must have been the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I have played a version on the PC back in the late 90s against people at LAN parties. But I think this is it's so easy. It's jumping in and out. It's just fun, isn't it? I don't know exactly how many.
Just a couple of things.
Play it.
So it released on the 13th of September 2023. So it's been released, let's call it 18 months now. It's got a total number of reviews, 122.
Yep.
In 18 months.
And it's mixed. Very mixed.
Very mixed.
I'm assuming that again, this is more maybe these games are more directed to the console experience, perhaps, rather than the PC experience. But I still think because of that connection of you're playing on the console with your friends around the same house, it's the same experience you have with the LAN party, and I think it could be quite amusing. But it's going to be a hard sell at that price, as I said. Hopefully, we get a Steam sale or a good price in the DL compare. And perhaps we could be playing this for the first time.
I mean, the interesting thing is Steam is saying, is this game relevant to you? It's similar to games that you've played. Sins of a Solar Empire 2. I don't think so, if I'm honest. It doesn't really bear much of a resemblance.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I've
Apart
got the
from
same.
It's a game. That's about the only thing that's similar to it. It's a game.
Yeah, because I've got the same. It's saying more like this. It's got games like Dune Awakening and Ark. So yeah, I'm not sure they haven't the algorithm or whatever it is not quite right.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't see that one being a winner at the Link unless we get an unbelievable sale and it's sub £3. Anyway, let's round off this week's podcast there. Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate you being here. Please drop us a like and a subscribe if you're watching this over on YouTube, and give us any love on any other platform that you're listening on, whether that be Apple, Spotify, etc., etc. We will be back next week, but most importantly, before we leave, Mass, how many days until this year's Raw Link Up?
72 days until the 27th annual Raw Link Up.
72 days. It's flying. We've already had 25% since the 100. Like, where's that time gone? So it's going to be here very, very soon. So yeah, really appreciate you listening. Drop a like and a subscribe if you're watching this over on YouTube.
And a follow on TikTok for all of our people who are now watching and engaging us on TikTok.
Indeed, we love our TikTok audience, of course. Right, until next time, I've been the Amazing Sniper Beef.
I've been Devastate.
I've been the Emperor. Sorry, Mass and Ivry. Tofu.
Catch you later, peeps. Goodbye.
Later.